The digital age, while offering unprecedented convenience, has also paved the way for increased financial surveillance, particularly through the use of central bank digital currencies and, of course, digital identification systems. For those who prioritize financial and personal autonomy, privacy, and freedom from the government oversight, the confluence of these two technologies present a compelling cocktail to seek havens where cash and traditional methods of identification still reign supreme. This video guides you through the top 5 countries that currently stand as bulwarks against the rise of digital surveillance, offering a sanctuary for financial privacy advocates, digital nomads, and individuals valuing independence. Understanding the surveillance threat is important. Before diving into the list of the top 5 havens, it's important to understand why the combination of CBDCs and digital IDs is viewed as a threat from personal freedom. So CBDCs are, unlike cash, which offer anonymity, are digital liabilities of the central bank, potentially giving the issuing government complete visibility into every single transaction. This full transactional transparency can be leveraged to track spending, enforce specific purchasing restrictions, or even implement financial sanctions on individuals. When it comes to digital ID systems, these government-issued digital credentials link an individual's identity to a vast network of personal data, including medical records, travel history, financial transactions. When a digital ID is required to access or use a CBDC, it creates a perfect surveillance loop, enabling authorities to tie financial activities directly to a named individual. Countries that resist or severely limit both CBDCs and centralized digital IDs are therefore the strongest options for those looking to maintain their financial and personal privacy. So here's the top 5 havens for financial and personal autonomy. The 5 countries here offer a varying degree of resistance to both CBDCs and widespread digital ID systems, making them ideal sanctuaries from government surveillance. Number 1 on the list, unsurprisingly, is Switzerland. Switzerland is often considered the gold standard for financial privacy and, of course, individual liberty, built upon centuries of tradition and political neutrality. Its stance on CBDCs is that the Swiss National Bank has adopted an extremely cautious and also skeptical approach to retail CBDC. While it has conducted wholesale CBDC tests, Project Helvetia, the central bank has repeatedly stated that a general-purpose digital franc is not currently necessary. The strong public preference for cash, which remains a widely accepted and used form of payment in Switzerland, acts as a significant check against digital currency adoption. The digital ID landscape, Switzerland has historically had a decentralized identity system. A proposed national digital ID scheme faced a public referendum and was rejected in 2021, demonstrating a strong public resistance to both centralized identification and digital bank currency. Various private and cantonal ID solutions exist, but a single federally mandated system is currently off the table, preserving layers of personal data segregation. Switzerland's robust banking secrecy laws, although it has been softened for international tax compliance, combined with its long-standing cultural appreciation for both personal and public privacy and the public rejection of national ID, digital ID, make the secure haven for both wealth and identity. Number 2 on the list, quite surprisingly, would be Germany. As the economic powerhouse of Europe, Germany's reluctance to fully embrace digital systems, particularly concerning cash, is highly significant. While Germany is part of the Eurozone, where the Central Bank of Europe has pursued Digital Euro project, German financial culture and political opinion are heavily invested in cash usage. Germany has the highest cash usage in the whole Eurozone, and a public fear of potential government overreach via CBDCs. The Bundesbank and political leaders often stress the importance of both privacy and the continuous availability of cash. This resistance is powerful domestic constraint on the ECB's project. Germany has an electronic ID, which is embedded in its physical ID card, which is used for online systems. However, its adoption is still voluntary for many usage, and the country lacks a persuasive mandatory digital ID check as seen in other nations. Data protection laws rooted in the GDPR are some of the world's most stringent. Why is the haven in the first place? Well, Germans' oppositions to surveillance and the cultural reliance on cash provides a significant firewall against the immediate implications of a digital euro. The strong legal framework for data protections means that even as digital systems are adopted, they are implemented under intense regulatory scrutiny aimed at preserving individual rights. Number 3 on the list is Norway. Norway is technologically advanced but possesses unique, cautious stance on its central bank policy and privacy laws. When it comes to CBDCs, Norway's central bank, has been exploring a e-krona for several years but has maintained a deliberate and slow-paced research phase, and research is procrastination. Their official reports indicate that a decision on issuance is still distant, citing little immediate necessity. Their concerns center around maintaining the stability and trust in the financial system and is not rushing into digital surveillance anytime soon. The digital ID? Well, Norway's primary digital identification relies on Bank ID, a system largely controlled by the private commercial banks, not the government itself. While it's widely used, this privately controlled identity infrastructure limits direct government control over the ID system compared to state-run models. Norway's high degree of transparency in its governance, which ironically aids in oversight, combined with its slow-moving central bank on a CBDC and a non-state mandatory primary digital ID system, offers a unique balance of digital sophistication without full government control over the rails. Number 4 on the list is Costa Rica. In Central America, Costa Rica has emerged as a beacon of both stability, democracy, and a commitment to individual rights. It stands on CBDCs, while the Central Bank of Costa Rica has shown minimal to no public interest in issuing retail CBDC. The financial system remains heavily reliant on traditional banking and cash, and the country's focus is on maintaining economic stability and high-quality living. When it comes to digital ID, Costa Rica primarily uses a traditional physical national ID card, a cédula de identidad, and there is no widely implemented or mandated digital ID system tying an individual's identity to a national digital database for everyday transactions. The government has prioritized privacy and the paper-based bureaucracy over centralization. Costa Rica is very attractive due to its strong democratic traditions, high respect for civil liberties, and a lack of both a CBDC project and a centralized digital ID mandate. The environment is one where cash transactions are the standard still, and the government's hands-off approach to personal finance tracking is culturally ingrained. 5. The last but not least, Panama. Panama's distinct financial structure makes it inherently resistant to the surveillance features of a CBDC. Panama does not have its own central bank that issues currency, as the US dollar is its legal tender. While it does issue its own coin, the Balboa, the use of the US dollar as a legal tender means that Panama cannot unilaterally issue a CBDC. It would also require the US to issue a USD CBDC first, and for Panama to adopt it. Highly uncertain and politically complex as well. The national ID system in Panama is traditional, and the country is not pursuing a mandatory persuasive digital ID system. Panama is known for a global hub for both international commerce and financial services, which relies on a degree of client confidentiality. The key factor for Panama is its monetary dependence on the US dollar. This unique position provides a natural shield against domestic CBDCs, making its financial system structurally resistant to the full surveillance potential of other nations' central banks. Its focus on international business also encourages a climate that values financial discretion. So maintaining autonomy. For those considering a move or simply seeking greater financial independence, these 5 countries offer strong reasons for optimism. They represent a variety of economic, political, and technological landscapes, and yet all share a common thread: a resistance to the dual threats of a persuasive digital ID and servable CBDC. As the global financial environment continues to digitalize, the vigilance of individuals and the structural resistance of these countries are going to be important moving forward in preserving the fundamental human right to both financial and personal privacy.